everyone, my name is Shauna in case you know. Welcome to the third video in my Daniel Radcliffe movies and TV show series. Today's video is going to be about the TV movie My Boy Jack. This is currently available through BritBox and I got the BritBox subscription through Amazon Prime Video. I meant to cancel the subscription because we weren't using it very much, but luckily I got to watch this movie before we canceled the subscription. My Boy Jack is based off of a play with the same name, and it is a historical movie that takes place in World War I. It follows a boy named Jack, and Jack wanted to be in the army, but he has glasses, and unfortunately because he wears glasses, they weren't letting him into the army, but his dad helps him get into the army, and tragedies unfold, things happen from there. It focuses a lot on the effects that war has on families and less so the effects of war on someone actually in the war. So Daniel Radcliffe is one of the main characters, but he isn't the main character. I feel like the father is the main character. I believe this was Daniel Radcliffe's first movie after the Harry Potter series, and I could really tell he was trying to aim for as far away from Harry Potter as you can get. I mean, he spent like so many years of his life working on Harry Potter, like I get wanting to try something new. And so he jumped to a historical drama, like a historical fiction drama, so it's like completely different than Harry Potter. I do have to say that this is a made-for-TV film. This essentially means that you're gonna have lower quality film because TV is oftentimes lower quality, which means that it was much more grainy than an actual movie that would have been in theaters. You get less funding for TV films a lot, so the FX effects, which were like bombings and shootings and stuff, weren't as like good as what it would have been in a movie that would have been in theaters, but I still think that My Boy Jack was a really good film. I was a little irked that there was very shaky footage. It made me a little dizzy at some points. I don't know why, just the camera itself was very shaky, especially in action scenes. I understand why they did it in action scenes, but sometimes I was just like, oh, it's a little too much. It does follow some standard like British drama shows formats. If you watch any British drama shows, you know what I'm talking about, and no, I'm not talking about the popular ones like Sherlock or Doctor Who. Those are very different. As you can tell from my description, the father feels like he's the one that caused all of these issues, and he didn't actually care about his son. He just cared about getting his son into the war. And I was like, why? Why do you want your son to be murdered so badly? Because he so easily could have just been like, oh, my son has a disability because he can't say very well, and I'm just gonna keep him home to keep him safe. He had a valid reason not to go in the war, but his father really pushed for him to get into the war. And so I was like really like frustrated with the father. I was like, he's not a good father at all. I would never want anyone like him to be my father. Like, I understand maybe trying once to use your fame and money to try and get your son into the war, but like going over the top doing it, getting upset at people to try and get your son in, like it felt way too over the top and unnecessary. So I knew what the main sad event would be. I mean, you have a World War I drama. You know what the sad event is gonna be. I still sobbed. I watched this movie last night. I was crying so hard. It was like 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m. There's just tears rolling down my cheeks. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so sad. Just sometimes deaths in film really hit me hard. And I think the reason why this one hit me so hard is because there's a character named Bird, and the character who dies is Bird's sibling. And I really liked Bird and I felt for Bird, and then when the sibling died, I was just imagining myself in Bird's shoes, and I imagined like losing my brother. And no, I'm not gonna lose my brother anytime soon. He's not gonna join a war or anything, but I just liked Bird so much that I like put myself in her shoes, and I was so like sad for her. That's part of the reason I was sobbing so much, because I was just imagining losing my own brother, and I was like, I wouldn't be able to handle that. I would be an absolute mess. And I do want to say that Bird was like a really fun character, and Bird was the only one that seemed super like concerned about her brother during the entire film. Like the mom seemed concerned, but sometimes she like was not as concerned as I would hope that she would have been. The dad wasn't that concerned until he like had it sink in that he killed his son essentially. Yeah. So I really liked Bird, and she was the most redeemable character out of the whole movie. I think that Daniel Radcliffe did incredible in My Boy Jack. I think he just has such a great way of capturing each character so well and really like taking the role and turning it from just a role into I'm gonna actually be this person. I think he always does incredible with that. I know that he does a lot of plays, and I'm like so desperate to see him in a play sometime. Also, that's because I know you can meet him after the play and I really want to meet him, but also I want to like see him act live on stage, because I think that would be freaking incredible. Although I think I might have to fly to the UK or Broadway to see him when he does a play again, and yeah, I just have to get my health under control, and that's like my life goal. I really want to see Daniel Radcliffe in a play and then meet him afterwards. That's my life goal. I love him so much. But yeah, that was all. This video is much shorter than the other ones in this series because My Boy Jack, first of all, felt like a shorter film, and second of all, it's hard to like say whether a movie is good or bad when it's like a war historical movie because it like depicts war. Since I'm not as familiar with World War I can't like say whether it was like screen accurate costumes or anything. I could just talk about the things that I like liked about it and stuff. Give it a shot if you like World War I dramas. I want to see what people say, like whether they think that it's pretty accurate to World War I or not. I'm just very curious about that, and I might do some more research on that after I finish filming this video. But that's all for right now. I hope all of you enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to me if you haven't already. All of my other social media will be linked down in the description below. Keep your eyes peeled on my YouTube channel because I guarantee you that more videos on this Daniel Radcliffe series will be coming out soon. And that's all for now, and I will see all of you tomorrow for my next video. Goodbye!